Hello everybody, Terry back again with another video. Yeah guys, I am really on the way to work. Not really right at the moment on my way to work, but I will be at work about a couple of hours from now. I have some things to do, but some of you want me to do a video and tell my thoughts about Dominic Medvedev. My thoughts, my view, how he crashed out in Rotterdam in straight sets against Lajovic. I'm gonna give you my thoughts, guys. This will not be a very long, brutal video like I usually do, because I'm in a hurry here. Yeah, guys, look, we have to be honest. We have to admit one thing. We have to realize one thing. The changing of the guard is not happening that lightning fast. It is happening slowly in some tournaments. Zverev, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, they are winning some tournaments. Zverev has won a couple of Masters, Medvedev has won a couple of Masters, Tsitsipas, he won ATP 2 Finals in London 2019 if I'm not mistaken. Zverev won it 2018, Medvedev won it 2020. And this is what we're gonna see in the future. They will put some great efforts and some great performance here and there, but the consistency level, the consistency from these players, which I've mentioned, Zverev, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, and we have other players as well, Thiem, Rublev, you name it. It is not there, guys. It is not there. Am I shocked? Am I surprised that Medvedev lost the first round in Rotterdam? Am I shocked? Am I surprised that Zverev lost the first round in Rotterdam? No, I'm not. I'm not expecting big things from these guys. They are not any consistent tennis players. What is sports all about? What is sports all about? I've talked about this so many times. Consistency. Who are the most consistent tennis players of all time? Djokovic, Nadal, Federer. They have shown throughout the years, over 15 years now, that they are consistency machines, guys. And what we do the mistake. I personally don't do that. I'm not counting with Zverev, Medvedev, Tsitsipas to show me consistent results every single week, every single month, every single year. No, I'm not expecting that. Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal, they have shown us, guys, the last 15 years, consistency results, guys. They go deep in all the tournaments they play. When did Federer or Djokovic or Nadal lost the first or second round last time? When did they do that? I don't even freaking remember it. Why? Because it is so long time ago. So when we see Medvedev, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Rublev, Berrettini, you name it, man, you name it, they will not go deep in every single tournament. You know why? Because they are not the greatest tennis players of all time. They are not. So we do the mistake. And we should stop doing that. We should stop immediately doing that. We compare these dudes with the greatest tennis players of all time. That is the problem here. And when Medvedev crashes out or Zverev crashes out the first round, I get questioned on my YouTube channel and say, Inter, what is happening? These young gents, they are losers. Yeah, they are weak. They are not any great. Yeah, I'll be honest. Look at Sasha Zverev. Look guys, they are good tennis players. Medvedev is a good tennis player. Zverev is a good tennis player. Tsitsipas is a good tennis player. Rublev is a good tennis player. But they are not great tennis players. Let's face it, they are not. Look, Rublev is a fantastic tennis player. Won 5 titles last year. But what has he done in slams? 4 quarterfinals appearances. He has lost all of those 4 quarterfinals appearances in slams. And he has done it in straight sets. Rublev has not won one single set in his 4 quarterfinals appearances in Grand Slam tournaments. You know that, guys? So, should we hype Andre Rublev? No, we should not. He maybe will win Rotterdam, or maybe Tsitsipas will win Rotterdam. Who knows? Who bloody freaking knows to predict who will win this tournament? And the players who are not named Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic. It's like predicting the Swedish weather. It is impossible for me to predict the Swedish weather. The same thing, it is impossible for me to predict these so-called young gents, next gents, lost gents, future gents, call it what you want, what they will do in the future, if they will win the tournament, or if they will crash the first round, or if they will play the final. Who bloody freaking knows, guys? Who? Look, guys, we should appreciate, we should embrace, we should be happy about the big three. I want the big three to play tennis as long possible. You know why? Because they give us consistency result. Some of you maybe think, but it is so boring to see Djokovic, Nadal, Federer winning so many years. Yeah, to some extent maybe. Tennis needs new champions. Absolutely, I agree about that. But do you know what will happen when the big three will retire? Do you know what will happen? ATP Tour will be the WTA Tour. ATP Tour will be like the Women's Tour. The Women's Tour, it is totally chaos there, guys. Who knows who will win the tournaments there? To predict the women tennis matches and tennis tournaments, it is chaos, guys. It is chaos completely. You never freaking know. The same thing will happen with the ATP Tour. We will never know the winners when the big three will retire. So be happy, embrace this moment, cherish this moment, that the big three are still around. Look at the Grand Slams. Look at the Grand Slams. They don't give us any headache. We know who will win the Grand Slams. Just look the last 16 Grand Slam tournaments that has been played. Who has won them? Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer. The last 16 Grand Slam tournaments who has been played, 15 of those winners has been named Nadal, Djokovic, or Federer. 15. We only one who is named another. Only one. Who is that? Dominic Thiem, when he won US Open last year. The last 11 Grand Slam tournaments that have been played, the last 11, 10 of those winners has been Djokovic or Nadal. 10. Once again, the only pump there, the only other player who are not named Nadal or Djokovic is Dominic Thiem last year in US Open. And we all know how Dominic Thiem won that tournament last year in US Open. It was because Djokovic was disqualified, it was because Nadal was not there, and Federer was not there as well. But even though that Federer will not hurt Dominic Thiem in tennis matches in the future, I don't think so. At least maybe he will hurt him on grass, because Dominic Thiem is not the greatest grass court player of all time, that's for sure. But outside grass, Dominic Thiem completely owns Roger Federer 5-2 in the head-to-head. But I mean that if Nadal was in that US Open last year, especially Djokovic, if Djokovic would not have disqualified himself like he did last year in US Open, that fourth round against PCB, you think Dominic Thiem would have won that tournament? I quite am doubtful about that. Who knows? Who knows? We know Dominic Thiem. Dominic Thiem, he's really, he has huge potential. Dominic Thiem maybe can save this tennis these 2-3 upcoming years. He maybe can save the tennis. When I say save the tennis, he maybe can challenge these big three. At least I should call big two, because Federer is challenging big times. Like I said, 5-2 in that. But Dominic Thiem has defeated the big three 16 times together. Tell me who of the other clowns have done that. Just tell me who of the other clowns have done that. No one. Dominic Thiem has defeated them 16 times together. He has the potential. He has the firepower. He has the talent. He has everything, really, guys. But he's not consistent. He too, especially, I'm seeing signs that he's declining physically. He plays one 5-set match, like he did the French Open last year against Gaston in that fourth round, and he just crashed out against Diego Schwartzman in the quarterfinal. He was exhausted in that 5th set, lost at 6-2 if I'm not mistaken. And then he did the same thing in Australian Open this year. He played a great 5-set match against Kyrgios in the 3rd round, came down, lost 2 down, and turned that match around and won 3-2 like we remember last month. And he crashed out in the 4th round 2 days later against Grigor Dimitrov. Maybe he's hurt on his feet. I don't know, man. Whatever it is with Dominic Thiem, he has physical issues. You'd fear for him to play a 5-set battle and he will be out 2 days later. But if Dominic Thiem can improve his physical abilities, if he can improve his physicality, he has the game. Dominic Thiem has the powerful game. He can hit through anyone, even Nadal on clay. He can hit through him, guys. I swear he can do that. But he needs the consistency. That is what sports is all about. Look at one like Andy Murray, man. Andy Murray is a fantastic tennis player. He has had a fantastic tennis career. He has won 46 titles. He has won 14 Master 1000 titles. He has been world number one. He has won 1 ATP Tour Finals in London. He has won 2 Olympic golds. He has had a tremendous career. Andy Murray is better than all these losers I mentioned in these videos. He is better than all this. If Andy Murray was not born in the same year as Djokovic in 1987, if he was not playing the same era as Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, the greatest tennis players of all time, he would for sure have had much more Grand Slams than he has. He has only 3. He would have much more Grand Slams. I swear that to you guys. I did a video. I said one comment because, you know, guys, I know my mistakes sometimes. I know and I admit. I'm not a liar. I said a couple of weeks ago that Daniel Medvedev is an upgraded version of Andy Murray. Forget what I said. That is not true. How can I even say that? It was probably in the heat of the moment when I saw Medvedev winning all his 6 matches in Australian Open and just lost 2 sets on the way to the final. And I said before that Australian Open final, before he faced Djokovic, that Medvedev is an upgraded version of Andy Murray. Man, what an idiot I am. How can I say those words? Because that is not true. Forget that. Daniel Medvedev is not an upgraded version of Andy Murray. That is so false. I did a mistake. Andy Murray is much better tennis player than Daniel Medvedev. Do you think Daniel Medvedev will have a great career as Andy Murray? Do you think Daniel Medvedev will win 46 titles? Do you think Daniel Medvedev will win 14 Master 1000 titles? Do you think Daniel Medvedev will play 11 Grand Slam finals? Do you think Daniel Medvedev will win 2 Olympic gold medals? And I said Daniel Medvedev is an upgraded version of Andy Murray? My God, what a mistake. That is not true. Andy Murray has had an absolutely fantastic career. 11 Grand Slam finals. And 10 of these Grand Slams finals he has faced Djokovic or Federer. You know that? 10 times in Grand Slam finals he has faced Djokovic or Federer. He has faced only one dude who was not named Djokovic or Federer in Grand Slam finals, and that was Milos Raonic in 2016 Wimbledon. What did he do to him? He took him apart in straight sets. So just look how unlucky Andy Murray has been. Andy Murray is, in my opinion, the most unlucky tennis player of all time to be competing with the greatest tennis players of all time, like Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal. And even though he has had the most toughest opponents that you can imagine he has won 46 titles. He has won 14 Master 1000 titles. He has won 2 Olympic gold medals. He has played 11 Grand Slam finals. So Andy Murray is much better than all of these clowns that you are seeing at the current moment. Better than Medvedev, better than Tsitsipas, better than Zverev, better than Berrettini, better than Rublev, you name it. And then we have the other dudes like Felix Aliassime, like Denis Shapovalov. Denis Shapovalov, he doesn't know how to win points. He thinks that every single ball is attackable. You should crush every single ball. He doesn't know how to win points, man. He is very talented, but he should learn that you need to be patient on a tennis court, and you should not crush every single ball. Felix Aliassime, he's just a choker, man. 7 ATP finals he has played, and he has lost all of them. The thing is that it is not only losing, he has not won one single set in all of these 7 ATP Tour finals. He has not, in all of these ATP Tour finals that he has played, he has not won one single set. So, and I used to hype Felix Aliassime a couple of years ago. I thought that this is the next guy. Look, guys, we are not seeing the next guy. I'm going to give Jannik Sinner some time because he's still young. He's only 19 years old. And then we have Humbert, who's also a promising player from France. I'm going to give Humbert and Sinner some time. I will not count them out yet. But Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Zverev, Rublev, Berrettini, they are not the next superstar. They will win Grand Slam tournaments in the future when Djokovic, when Nadal are 40 years old. They will win slams, but they are not the next superstars. They are not the next big thing. Probably the next big thing, we are not even seeing him. He probably is 14, 15 years old, and in 6-7 years old, he will be 21, 22 years old, and then we will see the next superstar who will have 5 to 10 Grand Slam victories in him. Do you see Tsitsipas? Do you see Medvedev? Do you see Zverev? Do you see Berrettini? Do you see Rublev having 5 to 10 Grand Slam victories in him? Do you see that, guys? Just tell me, do you see that? No, none of these players I mentioned, they have 5 to 10 Grand Slam victories in him. They will maybe win 1 or 2 Grand Slams. That is not impossible, absolutely. And Thiem, he has already won, but he is the oldest of all these dudes that I have mentioned. He's 27 years old. He should need, and look, Thiem has the capacity. Thiem has the potential. He can do big things. He has a huge game. But he's not consistent, and he's showing, like I said in the beginning of the video, he's showing physical signs of getting tired after playing a 5-set match in a Grand Slam, and then 2 days later he's crashing out. So I want to see more stronger physical Dominic Thiem. I don't want to see Dominic Thiem play one 5-set match and just crash out 2 days later. I don't want to see that. I want to see more stronger, I want to see a better physicality from Dominic Thiem. But Dominic Thiem doesn't have 5 to 10 Grand Slam titles in him either. I don't think he has. I swear, I don't think he has. I think Dominic Thiem will not. Dominic Thiem, I believe Dominic Thiem, he reminds me a little about Stan Wawrinka. He's a hard hitter. He's a shot maker. He hits he hits a big ball. And Dominic Thiem can end his career with 2-3 Grand Slam titles as most when it's all said and done. Wawrinka has 3 Grand Slam titles. We all know that. But I don't think Dominic Thiem has 5 to 10 Grand Slam titles in him. I'm not seeing anyone who is having 5 to 10 Grand Slam titles in him. Besides Jannik Sinner, I'm not going to judge him out yet because he's so young. So I'm not taking him into this video. He needs to show results as well, because Djokovic and Nadal, they were winning slams when they were 19, 20 years old. Yeah, Jannik Sinner will never be any Djokovic or Nadal. We know that. But we need to see consistency from Jannik Sinner. But, so I'm not going to judge him out yet. But these other dudes, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Rublev, Medvedev, Thiem, Berrettini, you name it, I truly don't believe that they have 1 to 5 Grand Slam titles in their bodies. No, they don't have. I'm sorry, not 1 to 5. I mean 5 to 10 Grand Slam titles. I truly don't believe so. I think that they will win Grand Slams. I truly believe that something will happen, because the big 3, the big 2, I should more call it, because Federer is a spent force. Nadal and Djokovic, they are becoming only older and older, and as older they become, as more chances Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Zverev, Rublev, they will have to win slams. But I still don't believe that they have 5 to 10 Grand Slam titles in their bodies. No one. Sinner, I have to wait a little more to judge him. But these other players, Rublev is the new David Ferrer. Rublev is the new Kei Nishikori. Rublev goes to those quarterfinals. Rublev is the Mr. Quarterfinals specialist in Grand Slams nowadays, and then he crashes out in straight sets. So how should I believe Rublev will do noise and win slams when he's not even going past the quarterfinals? So no, guys, and he's not even taking sets in those quarterfinals under Rublev. So no, I am not. The changing of the guard is not happening. I've talked a little about that. It is happening in slow motion. It is not happening. Don't expect consistency result from these players. They are good players. All of these players I mentioned, they are good players. They are professional tennis players, but they are not great players. They are not, guys. I swear to you guys, Leighton Hewitt, Marat Safin, Andy Roddick, they were better players than Tsitsipas, Shapovalov, Felix Selassie, Medvedev, Zverev. They were better players. I swear that to you guys, they were. Marat Safin, he won 2 Grand Slam titles, for God's sakes. And he took out Roger Federer at his peak of his career. I remember back in 2005 Australian Open semi-final in a 5-set epic battle. So these young gents, lost gents, next gents, future giants, call it what you want. They are good tennis players, but they are not great tennis players. So the reason why the big three is looking impeccable, impeccable good, it is a combination. Because they are the greatest tennis players of all time, absolutely. But also because they get a lot of help from these weak dudes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.